piano piano. Lynch. It's December 4th, 2025. Susi neighbors yeah. Parenthesis totally clear, scanty in general. Tosso si now. It's early after 13 o'clock. 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. Egli soffre di esibire soffre di classica oggetti religiosi formato contro lo spingo di questa forza fuori al secolo. Si può considerare il fatto che 13 anni on the last 17 anni 4 years. So the activity past the 4 years of the summer weather reports. Subsummary of the mean past the summer body. And also the fact that many weeks ago we entered in the autumn. In fact, now in fact also for the autumn we have 4 years with the words that obviously up to 40 out of Jesus. With the spring that displays as TS and in 14 days, next 2 weeks, we enter in the winter, so also for the winter they begin 4 years with the course. However, as perhaps someone knows, the membership of was on board of Chinese positive. I'm sure try to remember things. So sometimes I propose that the population of Chinese is better than perhaps by the secret to touch me, and then also take a condition. Also for the winter spring exams, the fact for the winter society the spring and second is stuff for some but the theory sono cose in genere for the season sono le birds classica GT and praticamente c'è clean c'è sistema di cose fino a sempre da assolutamente ok but surely easy for disappear or considering for or considering reasons the first one is passage from summer to autumn the second most important last I think changed the temperature of the December many weeks ago messo entro vicinati ai pretty change it's pretty pleasant not pleasant sure really good for air we I mean temperature decrease so the sun and with air for air I mean also semi temperature decrease so the sun of all these things make the condition situation completely different pretty pleasant sure really good at least at this moment I don't feel cold like the other people but when it comes to winter I can better distinguish I really can explain this thing in fact in the winter the past year so also when it comes next winter I can explain this thing but I guess non vorrei più because in fact for me I think not because I feel cold I think yes I don't know this but something or weather in general for me also in sia but it's got to sort of enjoy I think I can say something for me it's really good at least it seems for me it's much easier in the year I think at temperature and it is just before 9 Fahrenheit 15 Celsius but it's here that is really as before today it's beautiful Yes, and even if it's not completely visible because it's still behind the bars, now I'll see 3 things per later when it came out. The sun also session, in general the sun in particular session. And the first thing is that now I'll sing for the same, an extract from a Napolitan classical song, O Sole Mio, my son, because it's became a bit of a man really last past the sun, as perhaps someone I remember, think of my body. Yes, in fact, those guys will just and beauty session come to be not a beautiful in a sublime session in a sense of the things fact as perhaps one of the beauty a beautiful days and activities possible to this session as visit I guess that did not see in the video change of hours about more than a month ago fact it was last Saturday Saturday October an hour before in fact very beginning for them from now we live them as an scaverada 6 hours in the alpha maximum it's 5 minutes as a comparison board and reference from a definition well so series we know what working with the green flowers from the 5 6 plants and this is important last one the previous and also the previous was the birthday of the previous was on November 1 and in fact we changed it to the previous video the previous on the birthday of the previous the beautiful view with the beautiful benches to deepen all these things about such about in general various things about this later see the one of my comments I'm going to go to the video perhaps or the third or the fourth or the point 2 or 3 on the first one so I don't know if you can see it well from this shot if you could yes green flowers mixed with new plants or if not even better surely better because the shots already is the first part of the video which I show you the weather is kind of atmosphere from the window. Also from this other thematic is similar to the classical shot film and not 3 years ago for the recording, perhaps also for the first one with the color that among other things it's still in cover image of the channel one time or one day I'll change it and but then remember this is surely for the recording and this shot so straight as effect pratically buff when there is it and also the ignore shoot and also when there is but more when there is because of the effect is image now I'll see read a little picture sentence that I use in fact for the recording and also see perhaps also for regular recording but also see don't remember surely for the recording and now I'll see once again read this little picture sentence also for the new routine and this is picture sentence is but also and always better visible for me it's a theory in the shot it's what we enjoy L'utilizzo posso si chiede si vede la little sentence for the routine because si parla di un favorite so I repeat once again but also and always better visible for me infatti quindi si shot si viene and finally random di occhi magic PG also sono si vede ma questo è molto piccolo, cioè ne riguarda se le vedi che ti guarda, solo quello mi si sta. Also, sono certo, adesso perché finally poi that breakfast. Updates, next gen also last fact is really to me, ma fatto lui porta se storia con delle ci sembra che ci sia questa storia di fucking breakfast, intende sempre. Lei sta Twitter, perché intende parte di te su esteri su 5 di euro, se non è strict su social. Ma tu ripeto, magari cosa se carriera, lei tolse minors, era just stroll obsessed with 13 o'clock minutes. Bata, everything is should see me sentenza me also be forte condizione. Amelia. Da, io adesso sei. E che fa sono massimi di assolutamente. non so, famoso così, di dentro, sono in show, così. Słuchajcie, jogi, że zbierajcie, kiedy matematycznie, to sami musimy, siodce, wrzucali biskuit, ale my wiemy, że fakt, że my w końcu biskuit, co też tylko to nam jest, co skaż tego biskuit, chocolate chip cookies, or the cookies with chips, chocolate chips. Fanno tu mistake, posso dire tu biscuit with Lynch. Parti, vedete, questo praticamente il fatto che si fa, anzi, io toglienza tipo così, a tu so, chocolate, infatti, in base, fra la scelta fra come mi la scelta, as everything is about this fact, and if I'm just in a corner, that's me that's a position. At the rest of this position, 12 times like the mountain, number of months. At the rest of the position, the rest of the position, bam. Sì, anzi, cosa tu hai mangiato? Because, super bad. Als tomorrow suppose van today, the current tomorrow would leper. Now I'll see. Repeat even if it's not visible, I'll see, I repeat, but I see, but I repeat the last things later when it come out session, and is in a reason, it surely will be a sublime session in instance, and the fact that si possono avere requisiti once again,